morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday. This is Austin coming at you with the Gratitude Manifesto. I had to turn the music up so you can hear it from yesterday. This song is called Kind and Generous, and it's got this great verse in there. I want to thank you, and I hope you're stepping into this today, and I want you to feel it today. I just don't want to fill your head. I want you to feel it deep inside, and that's what we want to do today. So if you've been here, you kind of know what we do. If you're here for the first time, I want to welcome you in this morning. And I want to ask you, what are you grateful for today? What are you most grateful for as you step into this? Gosh, what is it? Tuesday here, the 16th of November. For many of you, we're going to be sitting around the table. We're going to be celebrating Thanksgiving. We're going to be kind of reflecting back on what has happened. We're going to be with our loved ones. Hopefully we're present with them. And we're going to be thinking about the close of the year. So many things are happening. But what we want to do with this show is highlight gratitude. So I want to share with you how this works. This is the Gratitude Manifesto. We kicked it off early in November. And this was a way to really expand gratitude, not just go off of a checklist, but to really get it in our hearts, to experience it. And so we can expand it. So when we show up in the world, we're better. And if you caught yesterday, what I want to share with you about this, according to Inc. magazine, gratitude changes the brain. According to a study at Harvard, it changes the brain. And 21 days of gratitude, what we're doing here, stepping into it, the residual lasts up to 6 months after, just by doing the practice. It helps your life expand in so many great ways. It's not just Austin, it's biochemical at this point. And I know a lot of you could use that shot of dopamine, if you will, or that biochemistry that makes us feel good. And that's what we're going to do today. So step into this place. We're going to basically get a special guest on today. I have a very special guest who has been in our community, who's been to our live events, who knows what we do. So I'm very excited to have our special guest on today. And if you're joining us for the first time, what we're doing is we're going to take every expression of gratitude. So not only do you get to participate in this every morning, we're going to put it into a manifesto. It's going to go into our private community, and you can access it. All the expressions of gratitude, the quotes we share, the people, all going to be put together for you to access later. And what's more, Mandy, good morning, Mandy. We are going to put this into a playlist. So even if you've missed it, you're going to be able to go back and listen to the recordings every day so you can expand gratitude in your world. Good morning, Michelle. Good morning. Good morning, Carrie. I'm so glad you're here this morning. Let's jump into it. We want to keep this show moving. First thing we're going to do is we're going to look at the definition of gratitude. Let's do that right now. I'm going to pull that up for you. All right, here we go. And I'm going to say it again, the quality of, and if you've been here every morning, that's what we're doing. We're developing the quality of being grateful. Because if you start to do it, like I said, 21 days of this, and the residuals up to 6 months, according to a Harvard study. Take advantage of this, my friend. Your to-do list is going to be there. We're going to be out of here by 8:15 or 15 minutes past the hour. Take advantage of this. So that's our quote and our readiness to appreciate and to show kindness. We know what it does to our biochemistry. Okay, now I'm going to move on to the quote. And I got a great quote to you, but I got a special presentation before I share today's quote. This is a little slightly off topic, but not too much. But I just felt really compelled to share this because I think it's going to speak to your heart today. Here we go. That warms my heart, gives me chills every time I watch it. And it's just a moment captured in time. Henry Ford, one of the most successful entrepreneurs in history, meeting with this woman who's, supposedly deaf, dumb, and blind. Anne Sullivan's in the background, her mentor. And it's this magic moment caught on film. So that leads me into the reason why I shared that. Here's today's quote. I thought, what a beautiful example. So much has been given. I do not have time to ponder what I don't have. And think about it, not having the faculties that everyone else has. Beautiful quote. Let that speak to you. I want to hear what you're grateful for this morning. Let's get our special guest on here today. I'm going to jump right in. Guest, are you ready? She's ready. Help me welcome Miss Ivy Perez, certified dream builder. I love that.
That was powerful. I loved that video. I was like, I can't come on here crying.
Sure you can. This is our world. We can do whatever we want here.
That was beautiful.
Ivy, I'm so glad you're here, and I think this is a perfect setup for you. You're just on Emilio and Daniela's show at the Co-Author Network. It just so happened that we scheduled this the same day. Yeah. I love what you're doing in your life coaching business, and I love that you're a fellow runner. So we share a lot, yes. And so I'm really excited to have you on here today. And first of all, what did you think about the? Well, you got to see that video and the quote, so I'm wondering what you're feeling and what you're thinking about that.
Well, the video, I mean, it's touching, but the quote, I read that. I took a breath, I read it again. And what I live into every day is really not focusing on what we don't have, not focusing on what went wrong or what.
I want you to say that again because you froze on my side.
Okay.
Please.
Am I good now?
Get this. Yes.
Okay. So with the quote, just reading the quote 2 times and just taking a breath, what I got from that was, and I live into this all the time, is that not to focus on what you don't have, not to focus on what is going wrong, what went wrong, who wronged me, why didn't this go right or whatever. It's to really focus on what you do have. Little things like running water, just getting up out of bed. I say every day I'm vertical is a great day,
Yeah, that's so good.
When you focus on the little things, just looking out the window and seeing a bird and just the leaves change, all these little things really expands your heart and the belief that we are just little tiny beings in this universe. So why waste it? On the woe is me and
yeah. And you know what's funny? You and I are in sync because and this doesn't happen every day for me. But this morning I got out of bed, I went to the bathroom. Sorry for the details, but I was sitting there thinking to myself, there was a day when somebody got up and it was winter and they had to go outside, right? They had to go to an outhouse, or better yet, worse yet, they had to go into the woods somewhere. And here I am. I pop out of bed and a few steps. I'm in a heated room. I'm in the bathroom and I'm like, oh my God, I'm grateful instantly. Boom, grateful. So it's funny that you brought that up and you hit on that. And it's beautiful. Let me just say good morning to everyone. I want to honor everyone that's here. And by the way, I honor you if you're here. I'm grateful you clicked on this and I want this to serve you. Ivy and I, we want this to expand in your life. That's why we're doing this. So please share something that you're grateful for. Michelle's on here. She's saying hello to Ivy. Carrie, I know you've been to the event with these beautiful folks. You're with my heart movers, Ivy. Cry, my friend. There you go. Beautiful. I'm grateful that God protected me and I'm able to have my life. Amen, Linda. Thank you for being here today. We're glad you're here. Exactly. Focus on what we have, not what we don't have. Focus on what we have, not what we don't have. And I think that's why this one just came through. These quotes, people say, how do you coordinate these? They just come through. I just trust that they're going to come through, and they come through. And I think that's what's happening right now. don't waste energy. Don't waste your mind energy. You want to read Daniela's there, Ivy?
Sure. It says, yes, we all need to be grateful and recognize all that we have and stop focusing on what we don't. Because in reality, what we don't have, we probably don't need.
Ooh, that's a little distinction. Great, Daniela. Great. Absolutely. So Ivy, I want to ask you what you're grateful for. It could be this morning, could be today, could be this season, whatever your heart wants to express. The floor is yours. What are you grateful for?
Knowing I was coming on the show and then really thinking about what can I share that I'm grateful for, because I'm grateful on a daily basis on everything, even challenges. But the one thing that came to mind was I'm grateful for challenging people, not necessarily directly, because it allows me to pause. It allows me to kind of check myself and my thinking, because we all have this part of us that's judgmental, even though we might not be outwardly, because I'm not, but we do have that little part of us. So people who are challenging allows me, as I speak for myself, to really think about, how do I show up better? How do I speak better? How do I make a change in my own little way with someone or people that are not aware, that they don't understand that being compassionate is not a weak thing, and that you can have a debate without hate, that you can really just have conversation. And sometimes having a conversation with something you don't really necessarily agree with can really feel like, your heart races, like you really want to say more if you want to really think about what you want to say, but really to listen and to understand. And, who was it that said, seek to understand and not be understood?
Stephen Covey.
Thank you.
Yes.
So it's really just understanding, like, we are all of us at the core of our being the same. Yeah. We're the same. So we have differences, we have this suit that we're wearing, this human suit that we're wearing, sure, different shapes, sizes, colors, whatever. We have outwardly differences, but we're all the same. And if we can understand that we all want the same thing, we want love, we want respect, we want to take care of our family, we want a good job, we want all these things that are just bigger and better, because our DNA is a helix. It is a spiral for a reason. We are created to expand, just like there's the Talmud that says every blade of grass has hovering over it an angel that whispers, grow, grow, grow.
Beautiful metaphor.
And the first time I heard that, I was like, oh, it will grow through cement, reaching for the light. That's who we are. And when we can understand that, or express it and teach it and speak it, you plant the seed. Not everyone gets it, and it's okay, but you plant the seed. And maybe one day something else comes up and they're like, I heard that somewhere. There's a reason why that, whether it's a saying or a person, is placed in your life. There's a reason for that. It's our job to pay attention, but it's a learned skill to notice what you're noticing and to pay attention. So I'm really grateful for challenging people, because it forces me to really look within.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can tell you came in here and you put some thought into this, and and I think this is a beautiful reflection, is because every one of us has challenging people in our lives. And there's that quote, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change, by Wayne Dyer. Mm-hmm. So if we can't make the other person more conscious, we can't make them have the perspective we have, but we can change the way we look at them. They are a blessing in some way. They are teaching me. And I learn when I get out of trying to change them, I just observe and I seek to understand.
Yes.
And that's maybe a call for somebody today. You got somebody you're going to be talking to. They push your buttons. I'm going to get them. Right? Take Ivy's advice. Pause. ask a question. What did you mean by that? I want to understand you better without trying to change them. This is beautiful. So we're up against the time here, but I want to share with everyone, if you are moved or touched by this, we are going to take all of these expressions, these gratitude manifesto. They're going into a document in our private community. We're going to have all the quotes, all the people, and all the expressions of gratitude. I'm going to ask Mandy just to share that link. I'm just going to share with you quickly how that works. Ivy's in our private community. She's been to our events. You click on that link, 9q.yourflashpoint.com. You'll get the 9 questions to identify, remove limiting beliefs. It's a PDF. It's a gift for you. You'll get an email. I got to say this. It's like you got to check all your folders, junk, clutter, spam, whatever. But there'll be a link in there. And when you click on that link, you can request to join our private community where we share more information. We're going to have this manifesto at the end of November that you can take a hold of. And we're going to have the playlist in there so you can go back and listen to all these episodes. So everyone, God bless you. Thank you so much for being here for the Gratitude Manifesto. And we'll be back with you tomorrow. Ivy, thank you so much for taking advantage of this.
Thank you for asking me.
Goodbye, everyone. Have a great Tuesday.